Welcome to the Sunbirdcrochet podcast. My name is Claudia and I'm coming to you from Germany.
Wer ist denn da? Ja, hallo.
Welcome, old friends. Welcome, new subscribers. Welcome, in any case, to my little space of crochet, knitting, dollhouse, fantasies, and whatever else. And whatever else comes to my mind. I hope that you're going to have fun with me. Today I have for you one finished project, which is crochet, one work in progress, which is also crochet, and a little bit of chat about my vision for this channel, a few changes just from the technical point of view, and some incoming for the dollhouse. Let's get started with finished object. Hildegard is wearing it. It's my Crochet Poncho. I've started this as a project for all my leftover yarns, although, who am I kidding? This is not all my leftover yarn. This is just like 1% of my leftover yarn. Anyhow, I started with a long tail cast on method for crochet, even though you can't really talk about casting on something in crochet, but it's a method which is copyrighted, so I can't really tell you how it's done, but I've linked to a tutorial on YouTube quite often before. You start with a very stretchy beginning instead of a chain. However, you could also start with chainless foundation, double crochets. I worked a row of trebles into my stitches, and then I've divided for the raglan increases, which is like just maybe even only 8 stitches for each shoulder, and then increase on either side of these stitches by 2 each time, and like this it grew. For the rows I went back and forth so that the seam at the back wouldn't wander off. And then I also added a little bit of interest here with V-stitches. I increased a little bit more. I had the feeling that my row gauge was off, so it wouldn't increase fast enough. So I added V-stitches and then picked up more stitches, and then when I was lying it flat on the ground, it was working fine, and when I tried it on, it was working fine as well. And so I continued with the trebles until I had reached a point down here. As I said, this is a poncho, so it's a sweater poncho kind of mix. This here is exactly the spot here in the elbow crease, and then I split and I kept going on down. By this stage this was really like positive ease of, well, way beyond sensible number. It was basically a tent, but I wasn't too worried because this is a swancho, so a poncho kind of thing. And then at the end, when I had reached the length which I desired and the end of my leftovers which I had collected together, I started a very long ribbing in crochet. These are 10 stitches double crochet and 10 stitches half double crochet, so it pulls the whole sweater together. Each time I went back onto, so ribbing in crochet you work sideways like this, okay? So each time I went back there, I slip stitched into the side, then I skipped 2 stitches of my main body and I slip stitched into the next one to reach the height of the row which I had just finished, and then I slip stitched 2 more stitches so that I get the height for the next row which I would work then back down. I think you know what I mean. So like this, it really gave a nice fit, and it works out that it fits my hips exactly. It's the best fit I had for yonks. So let me show you just a little video of me wearing this swancho. Couldn't stop twirling around, as you can see. Yeah. So this is my swancho. I was holding 3 strands of yarn together. 2 of those were Drops Baby Alpaca, and one was a fingering weight hand-dyed yarn, and so that gave it a bit of a mild look. At some stages down here where it's more colorful, I actually had 2 strands of yarn of fingering weight hand-dyed yarn and only 1 strand of baby alpaca, and yeah, very happy. I can see myself making this again now that I've got a nice recipe for it. What do you think, Hildegard? Do you want one too? All right, so that's my finished object. Let's move on to work in progress. I am working now exclusively on my Summer of Romance Cal project. The Summer of Romance Cal is only running until the end of this week, so I am late. I'm very late and I won't be finished, I can tell you that. I'm using yarn from Junghans Wolle. This is a bamboo cotton mix in taupe. Yeah, there. And I've got 9 balls of this, I think, at least. And as we talked about before, as soon as I ordered it, I actually realized that I ordered double the amount I need. So I can see myself making another top in this color. Now, the Summer of Romance Cal this year has the theme of enemies to lovers. I've chosen the couple Benedict and Beatrice from Much Ado About Nothing, and therefore I wanted to go to natural colors. Ideal would have been like a linen color, off-whitish, but instead I chose the nice taupe because it actually suits me better from my face, from my coloring. And yeah, my project is the Lazy Polka Dot top, a design by Clarissa Viv, and she's hosting as Crochet Cakes this Cal together with Claudia, who is Crochet Luna. And the top is constructed, I think I'm not giving too much away, 2 front panels which you join to a back panel. And I'm still on on my first front panel. This is the texture which I get. Isn't this a beauty? This looks so this looks so sophisticated. This will be, no, this way. So from bottom, still working up, and don't worry, it's not too big. This is supposed to have a bit of positive ease, and it still has to go a little bit around my body, you see. So this is the beginning of one panel, and the other one will be worked in this direction, but not in this stitch. She has a lovely, beautiful different stitch for that, and I recommend to go to her channel as well, and there you can see the beauty of this top. I fell in love as soon as I saw it, and I highly recommend Clarissa Viv's patterns because she is giving so much detail. And for me personally, because I have a big gauge when I do crochet, her gauge is so close to mine. It's such a relief not to have to figure out for ages how many hook sizes I have to go down to actually meet her gauge, because I have the same gauge like Clarissa Viv. So Clarissa Viv is one of my favorite designers. Also her aesthetics, I mean, come on. Can it get any classier? No. A little bit of progress. This is a 4-row repeat. So once it's not difficult. You're using only 2 stitches for one with that texture, and a double crochet for the other side. So you're working back and forth, and I'm really partial to the look of this stitch pattern. Very, very sophisticated. Yeah, that's my progress. It's not much, but I'm loving it, and I'm sorry, Clarissa Viv, that I'm not faster. I wanted to promote your pattern. I wanted to test your pattern, even though I believe that you started the test of pattern much, much earlier than when I started to order my yarn. So yeah, maybe I'm excused. And the Summer of Romance Cal, by the way, also the rules say that you don't have to finish your project. So I appreciate a relaxed crochet along. Thank you for that. And currently I think that we are looking for when the live will be for the finishing up of this crochet along. I will keep my eyes peeled for that. I hope that it will be at a time when I can join you, because I love you guys. So now, that's my crochet, and I can tell you a little bit more about what's on my radar, crochet-wise, before I start talking about my incoming for the dollhouse. Yes, because not everyone is interested in dollhouse things. So let's start chatting about crochet community things, changes of my channel. Don't worry, not too many. Now, maybe you've realized that I have changed my thumbnail for my videos, for my episodes, starting with episode 100. And I did that because it's like rearranging the furniture in your flat. You feel that it's had been a little bit outdated. The aesthetics hasn't been what you're into right now. So I've just changed that, just a little change. I mean, it doesn't change the videos at all. So it's just a little bit of a new look of my thumbnails. That's one thing. Then also, I must talk about the music. As much as I enjoy putting lovely music behind my videos, the truth is that it costs a lot and I'm not monetizing my channel at all. If you're watching adverts, then that goes directly to YouTube. Nothing goes to me because I don't want to earn money by sharing my projects. This sounds a little bit ludicrous. Anyhow, I am paying, or I was paying, almost 15 euros per month just to put some music behind my episodes or into my episodes. Now that was already quite expensive, I thought, but recently Epidemic Sounds has raised their prices, which is fair enough. I mean, you have a choice if you want to be a subscriber or not, but it now costs almost 18 euros per month. And if I am not a regular podcaster, like not a daily or even weekly podcaster, that means that I pay for, let's say I post an episode every 2 weeks, then I pay almost 9 euros for one episode just to put some more interesting music behind the things. And I think that's a little bit over the top, really, for what I am here, what my channel is. So I hope that you understand that I'm going back to whatever free music there is on iMovie. iMovie is the program which I'm using to cut and edit my videos, so I will just use probably the grass skirts hula hoop music, which is what it is. I like it, it's quite happy music, and if I'm ever sad, I'm going to pick one of the sad songs. And yeah, there's still the music which was composed especially for my channel, and you might hear this now and then as well. So we will see how it goes. I am probably getting bored of the same old music all the time anyway, and at some stage I'm going to look for either a different music provider or I'm going to pay the blasted 18 euros. So we will see how it goes. Just so you're not wondering why I am straining your ears. So that's the technicalities. What else is on my radar? Now, I haven't prepared this. I should prepare this more thoroughly, but that's what you get when you're cheap like I am. Just a couple of things which were very recent. Like yesterday, I saw that John Armin Textiles, they are going to have their next mill magazine published soon. So it's the annual, it's called the annual. I've got the previous ones already in my cupboard, and one of the regular designers, there are knitting patterns and crochet patterns in the annual, and a few fun bits and bobs like puzzles and games and things, and information's about their yarn range and their mill. They are based in Devon in the UK, and I have a deep love for their products. They are beautiful. I've ordered from them before. Brexit made it a little bit more complicated, but I am a huge fan of John Armin Textiles. So they are issuing the next annual soon, and they are currently looking for designers for their annual, which comes after that. So now at the moment, the annual has the theme garden, like working in your garden and that kind of thing. It's not the exact that word, but it's basically about gardening, you know, the aesthetics, like being in a nice cottage garden that kind of thing. What would you wear for that? So that's what you can expect in the annual, which is coming out right now. And then in the following issue, they are calling out for submissions with a theme of seaside, but in a vintage way, which is really... The deadline is already coming up soon. It's a theme which I really would love to add something to, but even if I can't manage, then I'm looking forward to all the designs which will pop up in that annual. So that's something to look forward to. And then also, I mean, these are the weeks for designers. I saw that Sandra Gutierrez, who has her subscription-based website, playful.com, she's looking for designers. Yes, so apply, submit to playful.com to be one of the featured designers. They have one design every month, and they have like a spotlight on the designer with lives and tutorials and interviews. So that's something which would boost your design profile and awareness of you being out there. I think that would raise your customer size quite a lot. And then also, don't let me lie, but I think it was, anyway, one of the big magazines. They are looking for a crochet edition. I will pop the whatever it was up here on the screen. And yeah, finally, crochet gets the spotlight it deserves in the world, right? So get out there, submit your designs. Razzle dazzle them. That's what's on my radar at the moment. Apart from the Olympics, which I'm also watching all the time, but that's not yarn related, right? What else is on my radar? Well, only 2 months until the next mystery knit along. Oh, almost said crochet along there. Did you notice? Almost only 2 months until, less than 2 months really, until we have the next mystery knit along by Steve West. Yes, we do. I was thinking about it. You see, I watched Franny Do Makes, which is a lovely podcaster. She's based in the UK, and she was going through all her shawls which she made. Well, not all, but some of the main shawls she made. And she made quite a few of the West Knit shawls, and I felt inspired to restart my Vertices Unite. I've got the pattern. There was even a make along with Yaline, who is the Lekker podcast host, but I don't know. I always cramp up when it's knitting. I don't know what it is with 2 sticks instead of 1 hook. Shall we move on to dollhouse furniture and miniatures? I don't actually have furniture for you. Right. So I teased you about a big haul coming from the UK with used dollhouse miniatures. I ordered them on Etsy, and I thought, yeah, great. I spent a lot of money, but these are unique items. And then the next day, I checked my emails, and the seller actually cancelled the order. Come on, what's that supposed to be? Okay, I always find something to buy, but this is, I was so looking forward to it. There were some dolls amongst them, one with a bow tie, and really into my dollhouse is Edwardian themed, even though it sometimes goes back to Victorian times, but this is what Edwardians would live in. The house, which, I mean, you don't change the whole interior within 20 years. So, yeah, it's a mix of Edwardian and Victorian. And so the boat had a Sunday outing out for the river rafting thing, picnic and cricket and whatever. That would have fit the right spot for my dollhouse. But he cancelled the order. Whatever, your loss. And so I went onto eBay and looked for 1 to 12 miniature, one-of-a-kind dolls. Preferably with porcelain faces, hands and feet or legs. And I found a seller in Germany who was selling. Now, my suspicion is that because that's a guy, and I think that he discovered that his wife is hoarding very expensive, one-of-a-kind dolls. Because I know the maker. The maker is in Italy and she sells these dolls for 150 euros per doll. So back to the guy who is selling his wife's dolls, I believe. Yeah, he had them on a special, and I ordered 2. I'm going to show them to you just now. And then I got a refund and I thought, oh great, another one who's cancelling the order. No, he put down the price again by 30 euros each doll, because he had already offered the dolls for a lower price to others. So he thought it was only fair to give me the same reduced price. I mean, he didn't have to. I would have never known. But so I've got a real bargain. 2 dolls for the price of, well, not even 1 if I would buy it from the original artisan doll maker. I would have preferred them to be both Edwardian, but as I said, no, I didn't say. They are not. They are actually Regency. So I could take them as, well, they are what we call in Germany Biedermeier. It's a late Regency, even though the guy, he could be Regency full stop. This is the guy. There you go. Yeah, he has even spats or socks and, you know, these kind of things. So I was surprised by the size, because this is 1 to 12 and I believe it's 1 to 12, but the other dolls which I bought commercially, which are supposed to be 1 to 12, they are about like that much higher. So I have to separate these more expensive one-of-a-kind dolls from my commercial dolls. And anyhow, he doesn't fit into the Edwardian themed dollhouse, but he does have a girl to go with him. And she is a real beauty. She is definitely late Regency. Isn't she beautiful? She has this special hairdo and a beautiful dress and like ballet shoes or something down here. Can you see that? With ribbons. Obviously underwear, because we are a decent folk here. And she is beautiful. And now that I've got these 2, he actually put on sale another 2. She even has actually, what's it called? Gloves up to the elbows. So this is really stylish. Yeah, so these 2 are living in my Victorian room box, which is also not, I mean, Victorians could live in a Regency room box, but not the other way around, unless they want to dress up as Regency folks. But they are in my Regency room box at the moment. One more thing, and it's epic. It's epic. the Dodo. Remember I said that I ordered a Dodo for my dollhouse, and I did. It is made in Spain. I will put the name of the maker up here. He has the most intriguing miniatures for dollhouses, like you know, when you, like a Victorian doctor has a skeleton, he does a skeleton. Or he has a model of what the innards of a human looks like. And you can take the heart out and the liver and these things, like in old school things. She does that, he does that in miniature. And also skeletons. Skeletons of like a shark, mouth open wide, that kind of thing. Or like a curiosity, Siamese twins, but as a skeleton, like really weird. So you have to be in a dark mood, dark academia, something like that. So obviously when I said I bought a Dodo for my dollhouse, it doesn't come with feathers or with plumage. It's obviously a skeleton of a Dodo, because my Edwardian gentleman is very much into animal preparations. He's not shooting them. I believe he, I don't know, he probably inherited some of the stuffed animals in his dollhouse, but this one is so well done. I mean, it's also very obscure or very weird. Let's say it's weird. This is a Dodo skeleton. And if you don't know what a Dodo is, it's an extinct bird. I believe they lived on, was it Mauritius or Madagascar? And they were named Dodo because they behaved in a stupid way and they got themselves extinct. I might be making this up. So now, that's my Dodo. I will put a photo up here because this is in no way justifying the detail of his skeleton. And it's living in the study of my Edwardian gentleman, the father of the house. So this is everything I've got for today. I haven't read in my book at all. I will not say that I will do it today, because I probably won't, because I'm going to a barbecue and the Olympics are on, and yeah, these next few weeks will be busy again. I don't know when I will see you next time, but I just know that I'm enjoying my time with you. Every time, all the time. Oh, by the way, I put together a video of my 105 previous episodes, also some scenes from specials in there. And I would just like to thank you for coming and watching my episodes. Yeah, I feel privileged that I found this space and this community and friends. I found friends here, and this is very rare today. Normally you find at best stalkers or rude people or people who continuously correct what you're saying. What I found here are friends, acceptance, cheering on. I found my tribe, and I'm very thankful for that, and that's why I'm doing it, and I will continue doing it. When just don't judge me for the music, please. Yeah. And if you are not happy today with what I had to show you, then I would suggest that you hop over to Ruth's podcast, Counting Sheep. She has been to Shetland and she gave us a wonderful long episode about that and about her current projects, even though more about Shetland and what she found there. And I think that's a dream. Oh, did I say one last thing? Let's say two last things. I saw that Martha Mitchell, she's going to be at the Perth Yarn Festival. I'm not sure if it has another name, but it's happening in the first week of September. So go to Perth in Scotland to meet Martha. And then there is also Yarndale, which is at the end of September. You guys, one of these days I have to go there too. Until then, let's dream of wonderful yarns. I've ordered a Halloween box, 13 days of yarn minis, and I've ordered also, yes, you guessed right, an Advent yarn calendar. This time I've ordered it from Frieda Fuchs, and it comes with a mystery knit-along pattern by Susanne Sommer. But more about this in one of my next episodes. Keep well, keep safe, keep crafting, and I'll see you next time. Bye!